the outcomes of our league here?
Oh, absolutely, and even going back to that Pats game, the whole game changed early on in the first or second quarter there, where there's a pass interference on Mayo that led to the first down, and after that, the Ravens just kept driving and driving, and I think that kind of changed the whole game as well. So that could be, maybe that doesn't happen, and Brady throws for 3 or 4 more touchdowns. You never know, and it's changing the way the game is being played. It's changing. Who's scoring, the offense, the defense, and it's ridiculous.
Well, I'm going to make a prediction, Bum. I'm going to say that this upcoming week, in Week 4, we are going to see a bad call affect the outcome of a fantasy matchup in the Tom Berkowitz Trucking.
I hope not.
I hope not too, but I think it's going to happen. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here.
You heard it here first, folks.
Thank you, Bub.
The Power Rankings. Hey, who's number 1? Hey, who's second half? The Dynasty Power Rankings.
All right, so I think I mentioned back on one of the first podcasts this season that we aren't going to just list what the power rankings are. You can obviously read if you can read, which I assume everyone here can read.
There might be 1 or 2.
But what we are going to do is we're just going to discuss what we think, and what I think. Bob,
what do you think?
So the power rankings this week, obviously brought to you by Tom Berkowitz Trucking. Bob, you're the head. You did them this week. Good job again, as usual.
Thanks.
But, looks like I'm at the top. I'm in the consensus number 1 again. Is that just the second week in a row?
I think it's the second week you're at the consensus number 1. I think you've been there for 3 weeks. I remember last year, though, Eric, every time someone was the consensus number 1, they pretty much lost the next week.
Well, I just beat that because I was the consensus number 1.
Consensus number 1. No, you're right. And so I'm surprised. But, yeah, again, big win for you.
I hope I'm not peaking at the wrong time. I mean, I've won many games in this league, and during the regular season, at this point, it's like, hey, yeah, whatever. I won a game. It's all about the title for this year for me. But I will say that I am averaging 127 points per game, and if you
extrapolate,
there you go, that to the entire season, that's 1,910 points, which would give me the record. That would actually beat the Guard Dog's record back from D6 when he had 1,812 points.
Maybe just pump the brakes, though. It's
pump the brakes.
3
games.
3 games.
3 games. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
And I don't even care. You know what? I don't even care about the record, even if that happens. I got plenty of records.
It's true.
I got, it's a championship I need. It's a championship, Bub. But anyway, what else do we think about the power rankings here?
Well, VIP on Swole, even with a loss, still holding on to that number 2. Brutal moving up, and I know we talked about it. We don't think he's that great, and I know us two personally. I'm sure he would disagree, and maybe some others.
I'm gonna put this out there. I personally voted Brutal as 4th in the league this year, and I earlier said I don't think he's making the playoffs, which if he finishes in 4th, he obviously would make the playoffs, but I'm still calling bullshit. Like you said, Bub, last week, sustainability, don't think he has it, and I think pretty soon he's going to start losing games, and I just don't see him competing at the end of the regular season.
No, I'm with you. Another one who I don't agree that is good, to say that, in an odd way.
It's Phil, isn't it?
Phil, yeah. He's in 5th right now, tied in 5th, actually. I know I just lost to him, and I guaranteed I was going to beat him and all that bullshit. But
does he have the sustainability?
No, I still don't see it. I still, he's going to get a big injury at some point, and
maybe a death.
Well, God forbid.
Hey, myself, VIP, and Yellow Peril were 1, 2, and 4 in this week's power rankings, but we're the top 3 point scorers in the league thus far, and hey, we're all in the North Riverdale division, Bob.
Yeah, I know.
Remember all that talk about the South being the better division?
I thought the South. I thought we had. Not that I care who else is good in the South, but I remember that conversation we had, and you're right. You got. You guys are putting up some points. I'm a little surprised, but going to do?
Well, it's been pretty consistent over the past, 3 years. The North is just flat out better than the South, and you guys just keep denying it and saying, hey, this is going to be different this year. But nope, North so far.
I'm going to pump the brakes. I'm going to pump the brakes again.
Pump it.
Yep, but looking...
Don't pump that.
Nope. How about now?
Okay. Hey, the end of the power rankings, the last couple teams, that's always a hard thing.
We like to call it the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom,
not the end.
Hey, Will is at the end of the bottom of the power rankings.
At the end. Yeah, that's. I think that might be the second week in a row. I know, or he was. I know he's been dropping obviously for the last couple weeks. He's at the bottom. Lagers is in 11th, and Amber Alert's actually moving up.
Don't look now.
He was the consensus at the end team at the beginning. Bottom at the beginning, and now he's. I mean, it's only 10th, but it's moving up. So I'm surprised. Give him credit.
Yeah, I do. He gave me a run for my money in this past week's game, and it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Bob, have you seen Will's breakdown record yet?
I looked maybe last week, and I know it's pretty horrendous.
1 in 32.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
That means if he played,
who did he beat?
I don't know. If he played every single team, Bob, you can explain it better than I do. Go do it.
If you play every single team for week 1, okay, and you score the least amount of points in the week, your breakdown record would be 0-11. You would not have beaten any of those teams in that week. Same thing for week 2, but it's cumulative, so they add. So if Will had played every single team in all 3 weeks, he only would have won once. He scored the lowest points in 2 out of 3 weeks and the second lowest in that other week.
Bob, I think it's safe to say that his record of lowest points scored in a season is possibly up for grabs, and it'd be pretty embarrassing if he beats his own record.
He's averaging, 74 points a game or something?
I don't get it. I thought he had a pretty good team, and I actually still do. And to be honest with you, I ranked him 3rd, I think. I personally ranked him, well, not 3rd, 3rd to last, I mean.
I'm shocked that he's this bad. I thought he was going to be pretty good at the beginning of the season. I thought, not spectacular, but I thought he had a pretty good team, and then just awful. And it probably has to do with the quarterback. Michael Vick sucks.
Well, Michael Vick had a good second week, but he's up and down.
That was the week that Will scored 83 points instead of 66. I don't know.
It only takes one Will, and then one Will. It only takes one win from Will, and then maybe things will turn around. But right now, he is sucking ass.
Now, let's take a look into the future with next week's matchups.
Alright, so week 4, hopefully the referee situation is a lot better, although I doubt it. We got ourselves our first batch of outer divisional matchups. No longer playing the divisional teams, so that should be fun. First game is Soul Glow against the Riverdale Scoopers. We got the Rockdalian Senators against Handiquacks. Pig Newtons up against Yellow Peril. Brutal Deluxe against the Amber Alerts. Hong Kong Cavs against the Boston Loggers, and Bubblegum Shrimp against VIP on Swole. And if Bub and I need to pick a game of the week, I think we're definitely going to go with the rematch of Dynasty Bowl 8, the greatest game ever played in the Dynasty. Brutal Deluxe against the Amber Alerts. I'm thinking that Coach McDowell wants some serious revenge over what happened last season. And Coach John wants to prove again that he is the better team, the better man, the better coach, better citizen, possibly. So we will all be watching that game very closely. We'll see if it ends in another tie.
Now it is time. Fucking right, it's time. So grab your balls and let's go. Coach's interview. Here we fucking go.
And now, you can probably tell from the music, but on the Tom Berkowitz Trucking Hotline, we got ourselves the Dynasty Achievement Analyst, possible rookie sensation,